The present time, still only a boy of 12 years, and in respect of being and of reason, you are exactly like a boy of 12 on the planet Earth, who has not yet been formed, and who is not yet cognizant of himself, through which being age all the three-brained beings arising there also live during the process of their growing up to the being of a responsible being. All the features of the whole of your psyche, what are called your character, temperament, inclinations, and in short, all the particularities of your psyche, which are manifested exteriorly, are exactly the same as those of a still immature and pliant three-brained being there of the age of 12 years. And so it follows from all that has been said, that although according to our time calculations you are still only like a boy of 12 there on the planet Earth, who is not yet formed and not yet cognizant of himself, yet according to their subjective understanding and their being sensations of the flow of time, you have already existed by their time calculations not 12 years, but the whole of 4,668 years. Thanks to all I have said, you will have material for the clarification of certain of those factors which were later the cause that the average proper normal duration of their existence began gradually to diminish, and that is now already become in the objective sense almost nothing. Strictly speaking, this gradual diminution of the average length of the existence of the three-brained beings of that ill-fated planet, which has finally brought the whole of the duration of their existence to nothing, did not have one cause, but many and very varied causes. And among these many and varied causes, the first and the chief one, of course, that nature had to adapt herself correspondingly gradually to change their presences to those they now have. And concerning all the rest of the causes, justice demands that I should first of all emphasize that on that ill-fated planet these causes might never have arisen had that first cause not occurred there, from which, at least in my opinion, they all chiefly ensued, though of course very gradually. Concerning all this you will understand in the course of further talks of mine about these three-brained beings, and meanwhile I will tell you only of the first and chief cause, namely, why and how great nature herself was compelled to take stock of their presences, and to form them into such new presences. You must first be told that there exist in the universe generally two kinds or two principles of the duration of being existence. The first kind or first principle of being existence, which is called Fulasnatamnian, is proper to the existence of all three-brained beings arising on any planet of our great universe. And the fundamental aim and sense of the existence of these beings is that there must proceed through them the transmutation of cosmic substances necessary for what is called the common cosmic trogo-auto-egocratic process. And it is according to the second principle of being existence that all one-brained and two-brained beings in general exist wherever they may arise. And the sense and aim of the existence of these beings also consist in this, that there are transmuted through them the cosmic substances required not for the purposes of the common cosmic character, but only for that solar system, or even only for that planet alone, in which and upon which these one-brained and two-brained beings arise. In any case, for the further elucidation of the strangeness of the psyche of those three-brained beings who have taken your fancy, you must know this also, that in the beginning, after the organ Kundabuffer with all its properties had been removed from their presences, the duration of their existence was according to the Fulasnatamnian principle. That is to say, they were obliged to exist until there was coded in them and completely perfected by reason what is called the body Kezja, or as they themselves later began to name this being part of theirs, of which, by the way, contemporary beings know only by hearsay, the astral body. And so, my boy, when later, for reasons of which you will learn in the course of my further tales, they began to exist already excessively abnormally, that is to say, quite unbecoming for three-brained beings, and when, in consequence of this, they had on the one hand ceased to emanate the vibrations required by nature for the maintenance of the separated fragments of their planet, and on the other hand had begun, owing to the chief peculiarity of their strange psyche, to destroy beings of other forms of their planet, thereby gradually diminishing the number of sources required for this purpose, then nature herself was compelled gradually to actualize the presence of these three-brained beings according to the second principle, namely the principle itoklanos, that is, to actualize them in the same way in which she actualizes one-brained and two-brained beings, in order that the equilibrium of vibrations required according to quality and quantity should be attained. As regards the meaning of the principle itoklanos, I shall also specially explain it to you sometime. And meanwhile, remember that although the fundamental motives for the diminution of the duration of the existence of the three-brained beings of this planet were from causes not depending on them, yet nevertheless, subsequently, the main grounds for all the sad results were, and particularly now continue to be, the abnormal conditions of external ordinary being existence established by them themselves. Owing to these conditions, the duration of their existence has, down to the present time, continued to become shorter and shorter, and now is already diminished to such a degree that at the present time, the difference between the duration of the process of the existence of the three-brained beings of other planets in the whole of the universe and the duration of the process of the existence of the three-brained beings of the planet Earth has become the same as the difference between the real duration of their existence and the duration of the existence of the infinitesimal beings in that drop of water we took as an example. You now understand, my boy, that even the most great hero pass of time has also been compelled to actualize obvious absurdities in the presences of these unfortunate three-brained beings who arise and exist on this ill-fated planet Earth. And thanks to all I have just explained to you, you can put yourself in the position and understand the, although merciless, yet always and in everything just hero pass. Having said these last words, Beelzebub became silent, and when he again spoke to his grandson, he said with a heavy sigh, "Eh, my dear boy, later, when I shall have told you more about the three-brained beings of that ill-fated planet Earth, you yourself will understand and form your own opinion about everything. You yourself will very well understand that although the fundamental causes of the whole chaos that now reigns on that ill-fated planet Earth were certain unforeseeingnesses coming from above on the part of various sacred individuals, yet nevertheless the chief causes for the developing of further ills are only those abnormal conditions of ordinary being existence which they themselves gradually established and which they continue to establish down to the present time. In any case, my dear boy, when you learn more about these favorites of yours, not only I repeat, will you clearly see how pitiably small the duration of the existence of these unfortunates has gradually become in comparison with that normal duration of existence, which has already long ago been established as a law for every kind of three-centered beings of the whole of our universe? But you will also understand that in these unfortunates, for the same reasons, there has gradually begun to disappear, and at the present time are quite absent in them, any normal being sensations whatever concerning any cosmic phenomenon. Although the beings of that ill-fated planet arose according to conventionally objective time reckoning many decades ago, not only have they not as yet any being sensation of cosmic phenomena such as it is proper to all three-centered beings of the whole of our universe to have, but there is not in the reason of these unfortunates even an approximate representation of the genuine causes of these phenomena. They have not an approximately correct representation even of those cosmic phenomena that proceed on their own planet round about them.